Okay, we're going to talk about how to use photographs to create interesting graphic patterns that you can use in your designs. You'll find all kinds of photographs that you're going to like with patterns like wood grain maybe, or ripples in the water, man-made textures, different types of things. And I'm going to show you how I work with those to create graphic filters, which is you'll see what that means in a little bit. And we're going to start with some cracked mud or some concrete or something. I'm not sure exactly what this is. I got this on Pixabay. And I like this crack pattern, and I'm going to show you how I might work with it. Now I want to get rid of this stuff in the middle for the purpose that I want to use this for. So this is an RGB bitmap. I'm going to leave it as RGB for now, and I'm going to use my tone curve. As always, I'm not showing my toolbars, just my workspace, because this is not specific to any particular drawing program. You can use this in, this is Adobe, this is Corel Draw, which you can edit bitmaps in Corel Draw to an extent. If you're using Adobe Illustrator, you would have to take this into Photoshop. And there's also a free program which is excellent, called GIMP, and I have used that just to check it out, and I was very impressed. Anyway, I'm in my tone curve, and I'm going to select the sharp curve because I want to see how much contrast I can get into this photograph. So I'm going to go way down on my shadow, and I'm going to just back up on my highlights here a little bit. See how that looks. I'm going to go a little bit higher on the highlights, a little bit lower on the shadow. And you can make smaller and smaller adjustments and keep seeing how you like what you do. Because I eventually want to be able to drop this stuff out in the middle. Now this part right here where I'm hovering, I might not be able to get rid of that, but I can always manually erase it if I have to. For now, I just want to get rid of most of it. Alright, now I'm going to just do one more step here. As you can see, this is a little time consuming, but it's worth the time once you get the effect. Okay, let's leave it at that. And then now I'm going to convert this to a grayscale bitmap, which is an 8-bit bitmap, so there's no color in here, just shades of gray. And now I'm going to do something a little bit different, which is I'm going to give this grayscale bitmap a blur. This is a Gaussian blur, and just a little bit, not enough to make it look blurry, just to give it that extra dark look. Because now I'm going to go back up to my tone curve once again, and this time I'm going to see if I can get that stuff to just light enough so that when I finally convert it to a monochrome, that'll drop out. So I'll just try that. I'm going to go one more step. And now I'm going to get that black a little darker. And maybe a little bit more, because I don't want to lose these cracks in here. There. Okay, now I'm ready to convert this whole thing to a 1-bit monochrome. It's called a black and white, but it really, as you'll see in a moment, it doesn't need to be black and white. Okay, now I've got the crack pattern, and it's black and white, and I will bring my grid up so you can see that it's not transparent. That's because it's white, but if I clear the color out of the white, now you can see the grid through there. And now I'm free to change my crack pattern to whatever color I want. So now, if I get a graphic, something I might want to work with, that I want to give an effect to, bring that in there, and I'll change this to white, and now you can see we have an interesting effect. I can move it around, get it exactly where I want. That's where I was sort of going with this. So find photographs that you like, do what I did, get them. As you can see, there's some stuff in here I didn't quite get rid of. If I was so inclined, I could get an eraser and get rid of that stuff, just like that. I'm not going to take the time to do that because you can sort of see how it would be done. And it actually does add a little bit of character. So this is kind of a cool effect, and there are endless possibilities, and that's how I work with some photographs and to create single color graphic effects. And I hope your next project goes well.